Shiva Pārvatyāscha Saṁhitā Gaṇeśa Kumāra Sundara Tesham Charanasmarena Sarvadukhani Vinashyante. After their eternal union, Lord Shiva and Ma Pārvatī withdrew to Mount Kailāsa, embraced beyond time, where even the cosmos bowed in stillness. There, love became silence, and silence gave birth to creation. But beyond those serene peaks, shadows stirred. The demon, Tāraka, born of pride and unrestrained ambition, unleashed devastation across the realms, reminding us that unchecked power breeds destruction. No god could face him, for prophecy had spoken. Only a son of Lord Shiva could end his reign. But such a son had not come. Through divine will and fierce tapas, Lord Shiva cast his seed upon the earth. Margamase Shukla Pakshe Titau Shashtyam Munishvara Pradhurbhavur Bhavattasya Shivaputrasya Bhutale. On the 6th lunar day, which is called the Shashti Tithi of the bright fortnight in the month of Margashirsha, the divine appearance of Lord Shiva's son took place on the earth. From fire, river, and mountain arose a radiant warrior, not born of desire, but of duty. Lord Kārttikeya, the six-faced and shining like dawn, embodied the virtues humanity must cultivate: courage, discipline, and purity of purpose. Raised by celestial mothers, Lord Kārttikeya's every breath became a prayer in action. Summoned by the gods, Lord Kārttikeya rose as commander of celestial hosts, not only entrusted with divine weapons, but also with the burden of hope. His presence whispered, "Dharma is not inherited, it is earned." As Tāraka's terror spread, even Mahavishnu and Lord Indra fell. Veerabhadra, Lord Shiva's fierce shadow, clashed in vain. From the ashes of despair, Lord Kārttikeya stepped forward, undaunted. With his father's lotus feet in memory and Dharma in heart, he raised a spear and unleashed a war cry that rekindled cosmic hope. Their battle shook mountains and stirred the stillness of the heavens. Celestial beings wept and prayed, not for conquest, but for righteousness to prevail. Shaktya taya jaganata Kumāras Tārakasuram Tejas sadhya shankarasya Loka kle shakaram chatam. Lord Kārttikeya, with the divine sphere, vanquished Tāraka, the tyrant born of arrogance and who was granted a boon no god could overcome. His slaying was not just a victory, it was the conquest of ego, fear, and doubt. With Tāraka fallen, the gods rejoiced, not out of vengeance, but for the return of balance. Lord Shiva and Ma Pārvatī embraced their son. The heavens showered flowers, not just in praise, but in gratitude for the light born from fire. Yet, Dharma is not a single act. It is eternal vigilance. When another demon, Bāṇa, drunk on pride and power, raised his armies against the sacred mountain Kuruncha, a symbol of celestial stability, Lord Kārttikeya rose again. His thunderous spear, returning to his hand, symbolized divine will guided by unwavering purpose. In the wake of his victories, Lord Kārttikeya did not erect monuments to his own glory. Instead, he consecrated emblems of Lord Shiva, Pratigneshwara, the Lord of vows, Kapaleshwara, the Lord of skulls, Kumāreshwara, his own humbled identity as Lord Shiva's son, and Stambeshwara, the Lord of pillar. Pratigneshwara Namadhav, Kapaleshwara Madharat, Kumāreshwara Mevatha, Sarvasiddhi Pradam Trayam, the silent testaments that true power does not rest in conquest, but in humility, in devotion, and in sacred service. These were not trophies, but sacred symbols of service, humility, and spiritual continuity. When Kumuda, son of Shesha, was tormented by Pralamba, Lord Kārttikeya answered once more. He did not retreat after victory, but stood guard, a lesson to us all. Protect the vulnerable, for Dharma does not rest. This sacred tale, crowned in the triumph of justice, is not for worship alone, but for reflection. Those who hear or recite it with devotion are reminded righteousness, valor, and faith bring not only worldly joy, but ultimate liberation. Then came another tale, a loyalty tested and devotion misunderstood. Vicharyeti cha sadhevi vapasho malasambhavam purusham nirmamausa tu sarvalakshana samyutam. From the essence of being, yearning for a loyal guardian, Ma Pārvatī created Lord Gaṇeśa, steadfast and radiant. She asked him to guard her privacy. When Lord Shiva returned and was denied entry, a cosmic confrontation ensued. Lord Gaṇeśa stood firm, not out of pride, but devotion. Bound by his mother's command, he resisted even his father. Unaware of the boy's true identity, Lord Shiva, in a moment of divine wrath, struck Lord Gaṇeśa down with his trident. Ma Pārvatī's grief became ferocious power, shaking even the gods. Only when Lord Gaṇeśa was revived with an elephant's head, a symbol of wisdom and memory, did balance return. Named Vigneshwara, Lord Gaṇeśa became the remover of obstacles. His lesson: before action, there must be awareness. Before ambition, there must be humility. And before motion, there must be reflection. When the time came for Lord Gaṇeśa and Lord Kārttikeya's marriage, a new lesson unfolded. Lord Shiva and Ma Pārvatī offered a challenge: circle the world and win the right to marry first. Lord Kārttikeya soared outward, swift and determined. But Lord Gaṇeśa paused. He realized the highest pilgrimage is to revere one's parents. Circumambulating Lord Shiva and Ma Pārvatī, he declared, "You are my universe. Why seek elsewhere?" Pitroscha pujanam kritva prakramam cha karotiya Tasyai vai prithvi janyaphalam bhavati nischitam. This verse emphasizes the sacred importance of honoring one's parents, Mata Pitra Bhakti. It teaches that worshipping or respecting one's parents is not merely a social duty, but a spiritual act. Any action or venture that follows such reverence is blessed with success, symbolized here as the fruits of the earth, meaning prosperity, achievement, and grounded blessings. It reflects the traditional Indian value that parental blessings are foundational to all auspicious undertakings. When Lord Ganesha, through quiet wisdom and unwavering devotion, earned the hands of Siddhi and Buddhi in marriage, his victory was not marked by speed or conquest, but by recognition of what truly matters. He did not race across the world, but instead circled his parents, seeing in them the entire universe. His marriage became the fruition of that insight, uniting him with the very embodiments of what seekers yearn for: success born of inner alignment, and wisdom born of clarity and reverence. This teaches us that real fulfillment is often not found in chasing the distant, but in honoring what is near, sacred, and true. But not all souls walk the same path. Lord Kārttikeya, the warrior god, returned from his earthly circumambulation only to discover he had been outpaced not by swiftness but by subtlety. Sage Narada's sharp yet truthful words unveiled a reality that pierced Lord Kārttikeya's heart. Feeling overlooked and perhaps betrayed, he did not seek revenge. Instead, Lord Kārttikeya chose the path of silence and solitude, retreating to Mount Kuruncha, not in bitterness, but in sacred renunciation. There, he embraced celibacy and deep detachment, becoming a beacon of austere devotion. His choice reminds us that not all victories are public, and not all heartbreaks are failures. Some become doorways to transcendence. Yet, the thread of love once spun is not so easily severed. Ma Pārvatī, the mother of the universe, in her pain could not bear the absence of her son. Out of deep longing, she implored Lord Shiva to accompany her to where Lord Kārttikeya had taken refuge. To comfort her, Lord Shiva manifested a part of himself as the Jyotirlinga Mallikarjuna at Mount Kuruncha, a divine light to illuminate her sorrow. Tat sukhartam swayam shambhur ghataswam sena parvate Mallikarjuna nama shi Jyotirlingam sukhavaham. This verse poetically encapsulates Lord Shiva's boundless compassion and the depth of divine love. Even as the great ascetic, detached and unmoved by worldly concerns, Lord Shiva is not untouched by the sorrow of Ma Pārvatī. Moved by her maternal grief over Lord Kārttikeya's withdrawal, he does not command or compel reunion. Instead, he manifests a portion of himself, not in force but in presence. His form as Mallikarjuna Jyotirlinga becomes a symbol of shared sorrow turned into sacred light. Mallikarjuna is not merely a holy site, but a crystallization of divine tenderness, a place where the dual truths of love and renunciation meet. In manifesting this linga on the mountain where Lord Kārttikeya resides, Lord Shiva shows that even in separation, love can create sanctity, that divinity honors distance as much as union when it is born of purpose and principle. It is also a cosmic reminder, sometimes, to love is to be near without holding, to honor the beloved's path even when it leads away. Still, Lord Kārttikeya did not return. His detachment was not anger, but a sacred vow. And yet, even from a distance, he allowed his parents' love. Lord Shiva and Ma Pārvatī visit him still. Lord Shiva on New Moon's Day and Ma Pārvatī on Full Moon's Day. Quiet, rhythmic offerings of love and presence. It is a cosmic dance of reunion and separation, closeness and space, devotion and detachment. This tale is not merely of gods. It is about us, about family and forgiveness, about devotion in misunderstanding, about solitude as sacred strength. Evil thrives not by its might, but by the sleep of virtue. Truth, when pursued with courage and selflessness, cannot be denied. Even the divine weep and wait for love, for clarity, for Dharma. Let triumph be met with gratitude. Let strength serve peace. Let loyalty born of love defy all odds. And let us remember, reverence, not conquest, reveals true wisdom. Lord Kārttikeya teaches courage in action. Lord Gaṇeśa teaches wisdom in devotion. Ma Pārvatī teaches fierce love. And Lord Shiva teaches stillness in surrender. May the Kumāra Khanda awaken sacred remembrance within all who hear it. Thus ends the sacred narrative, not as a conclusion, but as a continuation within us. For the dance of Lord Shiva and the love of Ma Pārvatī, the valor of Lord Kārttikeya and the wisdom of Lord Gaṇeśa are not distant myths, but living truths, echoes of the divine seated in the human heart. In every choice between pride and humility, action and reflection, renunciation and love, we are called to remember. Let us carry these truths like a lamp through the corridors of our own lives, that devotion is the soul's greatest strength, that wisdom may arrive quietly, not in conquest, but in reverence, that even separation held in grace becomes sacred, that every obstacle conceals a gift, and every sorrow contains a light waiting to rise. May the blessings of this Kumāra Khanda awaken clarity where there is confusion, courage where there is fear, and compassion where there is anger. May we walk our own dharmic path, not in haste, but in awareness, not seeking to conquer, but to understand, not to possess, but to become. May Mahadev bless us all. Keep seeking, keep chanting, keep surrendering. Om Namah Shivaya.